Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about my AUD USD trade. So this is my AUD USD trade that I took last Friday, and then I'll explain you the process from start to finish. Okay, so I had taken this position right here on gold. Okay, this was Wednesday. Now on Wednesday I told myself that since this was a pretty good position that I took, I was willing to wait, and I was willing to risk. If I saw an opportunity, I was willing to risk a little bit of my capital on the next trade. Okay, so not very much, so nothing big. So on gold, I think we ended up right here on Thursday. So I wasn't looking for a trade. I didn't see any good setups on gold. And then after, I'm going to explain to you guys everything that's happening right now. Okay, so let's go to AUD USD. This is my trade right here. As you guys can see, I entered right over here on this area of support, exited right over here, and now we are, just making new highs on the market. So AUD USD has been inside this basically range for quite some time. Now every time price drops to an area of support, like over here, if we look left, we have an area of support. To me, that's an opportunity, right? That's an area for me to make an entry. Now we were right down here for quite some time, and I do think I took maybe 1 or 2 trades around this area, and then now we are just over a new area of support, as you guys can see right over here. This is the new area of support right over here. Now every time price is here, I put an alert. So you got to be smart about this, right? Every time the price is coming down to an area of support, I put an alert. I receive the alert on my phone. So price is coming down, tapping my alert on my on the chart, and then I look for an entry. Okay, so this was last Friday. I entered right over here. It's not like it's the best trade, but it adds up. Okay, it's still a trade and it still adds up. It's still in profit. So I took this around Friday, probably, I don't remember which time, but it was from 9 to 10, and I held for about 1 hour until I closed the trade. Okay, the risk to reward on this is a 1 to 5 risk to reward. So let's just say if you risk 1,000, you would have made about 5,000. So this is a 1 to 5. Okay, now another thing is, for me, since I was willing to risk a little bit, I only made about close to 4% on this trade. Okay, so oh my god, 4% is not that much, I know, but it adds up. So I had this trade before, I had this one, this was also on Wednesday, and this was on Friday. So let's just say 2 trades like this that are simple and profitable. If you add up, I don't remember what was the percentage on this. I have to watch my last video or just look at the trade. But since this one was a close to 4, let's just say I make an average of 5 to 6% a week on this. It's amazing, right? It adds up. So I took this trade, boom, closed for about an hour. Now price is moving higher. So my plan for this next is to watch price come all the way down here again. Literally, I'm gonna wait for price to tap this area again or break above this area for me to look for a trade. As you guys can see, this right here is also an area of resistance. So I'm just waiting for a break above resistance to push down, collect some orders over here, and then move higher again. Okay, and then right here, I'm just waiting for price to reach support to move higher again. Okay, now I had basically said in the last video as well that if price drops down to my buy zone, as you guys can see, my buy zone is right over here. If price drops down to my buy zone, I'm looking to enter a close to 5% risk on a trade here. So 5% risk means that if I have a 1 to 4, 1 to 5 will be a 20% reward. Okay, so let's talk about now gold. So gold was right here when we made the last video. Now this right here is an area of resistance and support as well. So this area, I was basically looking for a rejection on this area, and then was gonna wait for basically wait and see what price was gonna do after, what gold was gonna do. So price just reversed from here, this level of resistance, came back. Now I put this trend line over here on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so if we focus on here, hold up, if we focus just right here, we see that we have a low and that we are making a new higher low at the moment. So there's two things that we pay attention, right? It's basically what we do. For when price was like here, I had mapped out the basically all the highs on the market. Okay, so if I zoom out, you guys are gonna see that I mapped out all the lows. So this is a low right here, this is another higher low, another higher low, this was another high low as well. And for what we can see, we are going on a bullish trend. Okay, now when this moment, when we created this new lower high over here, because this is a high, another high, another high, I basically said on the video that we were switching the bias to a bear, like a bear market or a short-term bear market trend. Okay, and that is why I decided to enter a trade right over here to go short on the market. But I think what we were doing in the market is just creating another higher lows. Okay, so if I just copy this, and you guys are gonna see that it makes sense. This was another higher low, to then this being another higher low as well. Okay, so there's a couple things that we have to pay attention. We're basically fighting, right? We're fighting new lower highs and new higher lows. So we have to decide. Okay, since market is pushing down here and pushing up this way, we have two ways to break. So I put this trend line here for this is one touch, second touch, and then third touch, and then this bottom trend line has one touch over here, second touch over here. So we have two directions we can go. Either we break above the trend line or we break below the trend line and just keep going in that direction, or just see what the market is going to do. I always say this, patience and action are the most important things in trading. Okay, so I wasn't trading, I wasn't doing anything, but if we hit the play button over here, if we watch how the market works, it's just incredible. Okay, starting to push up. Now I have basically, so when market open, we open above this previous high, which is already one confirmation that we're going bullish, because we broke the trend line and broke the previous high. Okay, so probably what we wait next is a pullback, and then probably to go longs. But again, I am not looking to trade if I don't see enough confirmations and if I'm not in the same rhythm as the market. Okay, so we are respecting now this higher low. We broke above this previous high. So now I'm, probably just, again, waiting for an opportunity. What I think, of course, I already watched the market, but if I was here on Sunday night when market opened, what I would think is something that would go along these lines over here. So we have to reach this buy zone. Okay, this area is not a buy zone anymore. So let me take this out and just have it as a zone. Okay, this is just a zone of support and resistance. So there's many things that can happen. Okay, one scenario is either we pull back from here and then start to go high, and I don't think we would, just looking at this, I don't think we would respect one more time this highs. Okay, so what would probably happen is break above, retest, pull back again. To where are we going on the market? Of course, we're going to the next high that we see on the left. So we have to break this high on the left to then keep going from here, break, and then go for the next high again. So we are just like the lows, we have to, just like if we're going bearish like this, we have to break this low again, break this low, and then you see when we're coming back higher again, we are doing the same thing. So we have to, if we're going bullish, we have to break this high again, break these two highs. All right. So let me hit the play button and then see what my market does. Boom. That looks like a retest. Again, now moving average is underneath price action. We have to follow what the market gives us. That's a pullback. Now we're moving higher to that zone. There's no pullback to that area of resistance. We're just pushing up. Then I think we break above 33.70 after. This was today morning. Boom, 33.70 broken, right? So if there's no pullback like this, I am not, well, personally, I am not interested in looking for a trade, okay? Some guys would enter a buy or put a buy stop over here and then just let the market do its thing, okay? If I'm really believing in a trade like this, I'll do that. If not, I'll wait for the pullback, okay? So as we can see, we have this area broken right here, highs broken. We have these two highs broken as well. We reach this area of this previous high, and then we also have this other high broken as well, okay? We have this pullback over here. So we broke above, came back, made the retest just like I did over here, and then now we're moving higher, okay? So it is that simple. Just follow the charts, follow the patterns, okay? If we had broken below this area over here, I would have thought the same thing. Break below this low, pull back to the next, to the next low, okay? Break below this low, pull back to the next low, or probably right over here, okay? You have this area of resistance over here, level of support and resistance over here as well, but the low is still right down here, all right? So does it work every single time? No. Now, does it work? Yes. You just have to flow along with the markets, okay? So this is, I'm not sure if I'll do another video this week. Let's just see how it goes. I am not actively trading that much. It's the beginning of the month, and I also had a good week last week, so I'm just enjoying a little bit and then seeing if there's enough confirmations, a good opportunity, I'll probably enter the market, okay? So thank you guys for watching, and then I'll see you guys on the next video.